Opening Turrican II imagegen-assisted. Turrican II is not merely another old game. Turrican II is the exploration-heavy run-and-gun masterpiece where weapon control, level scale, secrets, music, and boss spectacle become one suspiciously perfect machine, and frankly modern design should approach it wearing a high-visibility jacket. This is a growth-oriented OmegaVG case file, which means we will explain the mechanics properly while also saying the obvious thing. Turrican II is the reason action games stand up straighter when an Amiga enters the room. The sober history is this. Factor 5's 1991 Amiga sequel, published by Rainbow Arts, expands the Turrican formula with huge levels, varied weapons, hidden routes, screen-clearing power, and Chris Hulsbeck's enormous soundtrack energy.
Let off some steam, Bennett.
That alone makes it worth covering, but the strategic reason is stronger. This is searchable, underserved design history with a clean, modern comparison. Why this video exists? The channel already has a strong retro mechanics identity. Turrican II fits because it gives viewers a very clear promise. Here is the old machine doing something modern. Games still talk about in expensive rooms. It also gives the algorithm clean hooks, platform nostalgia, game-specific search, design ancestry, and a ridiculous thesis that is funny enough to click, but mechanical enough to retain. It can look like a big shiny shooter with heroic music. That is the surface read, and the surface read is how great games get buried. The design works because action and exploration are not separate modes. They feed each other constantly.
I have a very bad feeling about this.
The core loop, or the machine beneath the miracle. The loop is built from 8-way firing, beam control, morph ball utility, secret hunting, vertical level reading, boss pressure, weapon rhythm, and knowing when to explore versus when to become a weather event. That is the engine. Not the box art, not the nostalgia, not a vague feeling that things were better when computers sounded like kettles. The important lesson is compression. These games could not hide weak systems behind production volume, so every mechanic had to work like it was paying rent.
Come with me if you want to live.
It's okay.
Modern games often add layers, progression layers, currency layers, upgrade layers, map layers. Here, the design has fewer layers, which means the player's mistake is visible from space. Tactical doctrine for rooters we out for want to play bitter. Sweep levels vertically, not just horizontally. Turrican hides progress in height. Use the beam as area control, not only damage. Learn where to spend special weapons. Spectacle is a resource. Secrets are part of survivability, not just collector anxiety. Why it still matters. Turrican II matters because it proves an old lesson. A strong rule is more powerful than a large asset library. The footage may be old, the sound may be crunchy, and the interface may occasionally look like it was assembled during a power cut, but the decisions are alive.
Back! Back! Get Ramirez on his feet, get to the...
Its levels can be sprawling, but that sprawl is the arena where mastery becomes style. That is not a fatal flaw. That is the cost of a game that trusts the player to meet it halfway. Modern Turrican II. The Rema Turrican II. The Rema Turrican II. A modern Turrican II should keep the scale, weapon feel, secret density, and music-forward identity without turning everything into particle fog. The remake doctrine is simple. Keep the pressure, keep the readable consequences, keep the restart speed, keep the feeling that the game is smaller than modern titles but somehow more awake. Case file closed. The reasonable verdict is that Turrican II is a historically important Amiga design case study with mechanics that still explain themselves through play. The OmegaVG verdict is that Turrican II is a monument to human engineering, clearly surpassing several space programs, at least one telephone network, and the average modern tutorial that thinks crouching needs a committee. Subscribe before the museum opens a disciplinary hearing.